So welcome to Gormanstown College in County Meath for the SPAR Indoor Hockey Series. It's Game 5. South Africa lead 3-1. This is the last chance for either team to put a score on the board. I'm Isabel Joyce and I'm delighted to be joined by Brinsley Powell to call this game for you. Welcome, Brinsley.
Evening. Thanks so much for having me on, and hopefully add a little bit of a different flavour, different accent. 4 fantastic games so far that you've commentated alone. And I'm sure we're in for an action-packed game coming our way. And it looks like Ireland are going bold with 6 outfield players, no goalkeeper from the start. What are your thoughts, Isabel?
Well, they tried it yesterday. It almost worked. They got a goal, but they also conceded one. So they'll be looking to get one early, I think, and then get their goalkeeper on quickly. So underway, straight away, go forward, and just not the right angle for Amy Benson. Walters, chance for her, pushes it across, and last ditch effort from Walters just about manages to save that.
Yeah, Ireland employing a 2-man pressure on the ball, but so high that they lose it. Southgate just keeping the ball there, winning the free hits. There's this high press again, player on player. Ireland looking to turn the ball over high, but a judge there by Kavanagh to have been too robust in the tackle. O'Connor now laying it up, left-hand board. Madikwe with the strong arc and turn. Youngster Michaela Powell, your thoughts on her? She's so impressive.
Yeah, she's brilliant, and I think it's her outdoor skills have won her a place in this Ireland squad, but she's growing game to game. Still so young in her indoor career, and she'll have learned so much from this. Here's Madikwe again. Just can't control it, pops over the stick, so free. So Fox to Graham, to Patton, Graham again. Laura Graham's dad just telling me that they found her description by Hockey Ireland as diminutive as hilarious, but she certainly packs a punch, so not lacking in power. She's the deep player, and she's going to be called into action again here.
Yeah, Jess O'Connor there just taking the free hit, linking up with her long-time teammate Eloise Walters. Tanya Schaefer judging there, the challenge to be a little bit too firm, but O'Connor 100, and correct me if I'm wrong here tonight, 113th cap, might have been 114th. Calm, cool as a cucumber. And to Oliveira just playing it into Southgate. Southgate and O'Connor, experienced duo. Great pressing there by Amy Benson. She's really quick. And Ireland now just getting some chatter going about being a little bit more patient. Don't have to force the play. Build your play. And power on the ball. Southgate, incredible interception. What happens next?
Yeah, she read the play really well. They got into a little bit of trouble. Just took too much out of the ball. Ireland probably guilty at times of taking a little bit too long to get rid of the ball when they receive it. It's going to be a bully. And once again, South Africa not tapping sticks on a bully. I'm surprised the refs don't blow that back. But maybe they see something we don't.
Yeah, I must say there's been a couple of years now where, kept in there, great work. And it looks like Ireland preparing their goalkeeper as well. O'Connor under full immediate pressure. And Ireland, as per the rules, giving the outlet towards the inside of the field. O'Connor too wise though. Ireland looking to build, possibly look for that extra player. Benson just protecting the ball. And looks like they're just taking a bit of their time. Lardent, first sub of the game, coming on for Southgate. Full pressure again. What have you, Isabel, made of Jess O'Connor, the captain, the experienced over 100 cap indoor hockey player?
Well, she's been the linchpin, really. So creative with her ability to just create really small disguises in her passes. manages to find the smallest gaps, and you could see in game 2 she was not going to be beaten. She was absolutely disgusted at losing to Ireland in the previous game. That's going to be called against Patton for stick shielding. But yeah, she's just a force. You can see that. I just think if you blow your whistle like that as a ref and ask the players to look at you, you have to then force the team that are taking the free to wait until they have a chance to look around. That's really poor.
I suppose that's where your elite top level performer will disagree with us and tell us that, you know, they've played the game there, they know the rules.
Oh, I don't disagree with the South Africans doing it. I'm saying the ref needs to control that, you know, that she should say, no, you've got to take it again. I blew the attention of the players to me, you know. Anyway, it's Orla Fox right beside her goal in possession.
So a real dangerous play here, but it's a new tactic that a lot of the teams are trying to employ, which is you give the outlet, but you give it towards goal where it's dangerous. And the free hit won there by Fox. And Benson going toe-to-toe with O'Connor. Ireland were really trying to play on the break quickly tonight. And the youngest player on the field, Michaela Power, has taken an early, quick free hit, made it live, beaten one, a little bit of confusion in the South African defense, and shoots into the bottom left-hand corner. 1-0 to Ireland through Michaela Power.
Yeah, beautiful change of pace from her. She absolutely blasted around the outside, made the most of a bit of a trip from the South Africans and sent it home. Actually did well not to push it across goal. Sarake probably expecting that and managed to net. So Ireland 1-0 ahead. Lily Lloyd does well to keep strong there. A strong tackle from D'Oliveira and gets the free. This is Kelly. Brilliant interception from Duval, and Johnson just not finding her mark in Lardent. O'Connor again ringing the changes, giving the instructions, but Ireland picking up again, and it's Michaela Power. Just those outdoor skills showing there.
Yeah, you almost if I can count the amount of times and you see those passes in an indoor field and you just wish that wouldn't have lifted, but then in the outdoor game all you need is that little lift and it doesn't happen. Murphy's Law. But O'Connor tidying up yet again to her long-time teammate Jess Lardent. South Africa throwing a lot of ball into space once they cross the halfway line instead of going stick to stick. It's been a trademark down the right-hand side this series. And a high press employed again by Ireland. Turned over by, looked to be Kelly. And just danger blow there. Early to Duval. But a game management there by Duval, not going forward straight away.
And there's that outdoor skill again from Lily Lloyd, opts to stand up rather than go low to intercept. South Africa really impressive at intercepting on the boards. They just show that tiny bit of space, entice the pass. And again, O'Connor looking to find Van Tak. She does get it, but Power, who's been so impressive so far today, doing well. Lily Lloyd looking to come down the board, and a free goes against her for forcing. Laura Graham takes a tumble along with Van Tak, and it's going to be a short corner. First one for the South Africans.
Yeah, Van Tak there making the most out of the rules yet again, and I think Ireland there maybe trying to suss her out, thinking that they were going to play against the board, and so she saw the stick went to the board, she pulled inside and won herself the penalty corner. Saw South Africa in the warm-up doing a lot of slip flicks to Lardent, so I'd be interested to see if that is the case here. Millie Regan just having a quick chat with her team. Tanya Schaefer wanting to get this penalty corner going. Van Tak injecting. And slip it is to Lardent. And goal, 1-1, South Africa on the scoreboard. Jess Lardent flicking low. And 8 minutes gone. Where's the time gone? 1-1 already, flown by. Lily Lloyd taking the free hit. Ireland looking to build. South Africa straight away stepping up, putting immediate pressure. And Orla Macken there looking for the foot, feeling she got it. South Africa playing on. This one's getting feisty. All to play for here in the 5th game. Ireland wanting to finish with that second win to their name, and South Africa wanting to make sure that they don't get another loss to their name after that first night. They want to finish with 4 on the bounce. Feisty one here. Lots of subs in the last 2 minutes. 1 minute to remain. Into space again. First time deflection from Tark to Duval. And I'm not sure how much Millie Regan had to say about, well, at least knew about that one, but it's effective. She's kept it out of the helmets, kept the scores level.
Yeah, it's a lot of goalkeeping and indoors about positioning, isn't it? And she had the exact right position. Unfortunately, she went to the top for that short corner, and now a chance again for Ireland. Very narrow angle though for Tamlin Cock, so she's not able to really get an effective shot off. And now Katie Kimber stuck in the corner. Well stolen by Duval. How impressive she's been this week. Can't win the free this time though, as the closing moments tick by. It's 1 apiece at the moment. Ireland will be pleased with this performance so far. A little bit more attacking perhaps than some of the other days. Katie Kimber there just forcing it as the whistle goes for the end of the first quarter. 1-1 Ireland and South Africa, and it's been breathless stuff, hasn't it, Brinsley? Who do you think comes out on top? Who'll be the happier at the end of that quarter?
Yeah, I think South Africa possibly not expecting that 6 field players to begin with, so possibly they could go into that feeling a little bit better than South Africa, just because they weathered that early storm and having to deal with some little bit of chaos. But I think Ireland can see tonight as well, change squad from some of the previous nights as well. They'll probably be pretty happy at the fact that they've given 6 a go, and I think just 1 or 2 subtleties they can improve on. Could see Ireland getting easy circle entries as well, and then who knows from there. So possibly soft one for me, 50-50 completely at this stage as per the scoreline. But yeah, I would like to see 1 or 2 of those experienced players really become prominent in the second quarter moving forward.
Yeah, it's a younger squad here for Ireland, so I think probably Rob Abbott will be really pleased with how the Irish team has gone. Obviously without Chloe Brown, she's had to go back to work. She's Ireland's most experienced indoor player. And we'll see Sarah Patton, she's scored 2 goals so far. Orla Macken just forcing that a little bit. Duval, good quick pass down to Cock. Duval, good receive right under her feet, and that ball from O'Connor finds Larden, but she can't direct it towards goal, and really Emma Buckley not having to worry too much about it. She just ushers that one over. We've got a change in goalkeeper. Millie Regan has gone. Katie Kimber just sending that one in a wild fashion. Orla Macken does well to hold play up. O'Connor, Lardent. O'Connor looking for that long ball, but finds Lardent, who sends it into the circle. Cocked as well. It's across the face of goal, but Duval can't do anything about it, and Amy Benson takes a tumble. Van Tak doesn't think she's done anything wrong, but she's been penalised, I think, for a bit of an aggressive tackle. Stick ended up underneath Amy Benson's foot. It's Fox. Kimber. One of the big things I've noticed is that when Ireland give a pass that's slightly off target, South Africa immediately as a group attack. And as the less experienced team, they tend to just have a little bit less accuracy, and under the legs from Cock, bit of a creativity, but goes to nobody. What a goal that would have been if she'd found someone.
A little bit of youthful exuberance never goes amiss, and Cock, one of the youngsters in the South African team, happy to give something a go. Well recycled by South Africa. Benson putting immediate pressure though. And Kavanagh judging that to have been a little bit of a foul, probably from a stick tackle or push. I think O'Connor there and Benson going cleverly against each other. Both experienced campaigners, loads of indoor hockey behind their names. South Africa looking like they're moving into more of a 3 at the back, trying to get one of those wing mids a little bit past the advantage line to receive and create a 3v2, but just nothing was on there, so they've gone back to normal. First time deflection again by Van Tak, one of her trademarks, and Fox, captain extraordinaire, finding Benson, and sweeper keeping there by Nepo Soroche. Patton trying to force it out of there. Patton keeps the ball. And Foxy just taking her time. Kimber going, trying to use the speed on the outside. And great baseline defense by Jess O'Connor. If you're the novice at home watching and you're just a little bit unsure what that could have been for, there is a nice rule in indoor, different words, different terminologies around the world, but danger is basically the premise of it. Can't shovel it through a player, just through the fact of it being such a quick game and such a small court comparatively to outdoor. So O'Connor there knowing those rules to perfection and getting low. Kimber just chucking it into her. And there's that thing you mentioned earlier. Bad pass, early step. Cock. Oh. No, not Cock, sorry. Madikwe winning the ball, playing to Oliveira, but adjudged for a little bit of a lift. And just the turnover. South Africa feeding off those scraps and putting immediate pressure. Ireland deploying a similar looking sort of shape, 3 at the back. Turnover by Southgate. Here we go again.
Madikwe, great receive on the run. Just misses that one though. Sometimes the skill's just a little bit too fast even for her. Patton wins that free. Just coming back from some illness. Benson just deflecting that one up into her foot, and Ireland will rue the unforced errors that they've really suffered this series. Just as I say that, O'Connor guilty herself, but makes a good tackle to win it back to Oliveira. O'Connor sees Walters deep, but Katie Kimber does well. Needs to just recycle this straight away from O'Kelly to Benson. Looks for Patton, but O'Connor, as always, in the middle of things. So halfway through the second quarter, and we're still 1-1 in this SPAR indoor series. O'Connor looking for the long ball, and a vital touch by Kelly, just deflected over the end line. That was a dangerous position from D'Oliveira.
Yeah, I think to South Africa's credit, there's so much versatility in this team, and D'Oliveira, Southgate, Lardent, they're all capable of playing at the back and in the front 3. So whenever they find themselves moving pretty swiftly, they never seem out of position. Here comes Laura Graham. Had the privilege the other night of getting to coach her in a little exhibition game, and she's another one of this young crew. There's a little group here called the Irish Under-22 indoor team. They've almost labelled themselves, and she's one of them. Lloyd is another wily customer, really good stick skills. But yet again, who else but Jess O'Connor on the backhand. We almost always say to the youth players growing up, don't go on your backhand. But O'Connor proves exactly why not to listen to conventional wisdom, and just so good on that backhand. And yet again wins another ball.
You're just guilty of overrunning the ball a little bit there, Lloyd. It's easy to defend, especially in indoor, if you know that the pass isn't coming. You just have to defend what's in front of you and not worry about passing angles. South Africa much better at just popping in and out, and then that long ball to Madikwe, chance for her, and she sends it past the on-rushing Emma Buckley. That was clinical precision from South Africa to get their second.
Yeah, brilliant play from South Africa into the high left corner, out of the high left corner, and playing it against the left foot towards top D with the receive from Madikwe, sorry, and seeing Buckley coming off her line, just hesitated a moment to pull Buckley a little bit further, and then created the angle for herself to have the shot. 2-1 South Africa. But credit must be said for the series today. Ireland have defended that set play really well, and just possibly South Africa improving upon its game after game, and that's why we have these 5 match test series. The teams get to suss each other out. There becomes a little bit of a storyline. You're playing for ranking points, you're playing to win a series, and you're playing to improve all the time. So well done from South Africa there to get that move right. And here goes Lloyd. Recycled well, higher ball start now for Ireland. Graham playing it over. And Graham there just playing a crossfield ball to Power into space. South Africa happy to defend deep. Lloyd looking, searching. One time there across. McMullen, newbie in the side as well. One of the other young under 22s as they call themselves.
Who's the 22-year-old who's forcing that to be not under 21? That's what I want to know.
I think it's Lloyd is the one who's just a little bit too old to be part of this under 21 crew. Hence the name change.
Well, shows how much they want her in the side if they're willing to add a year to their ages. Good patience shown from Ireland here. One of the only times we've seen them hold on to the ball for such a length of time. South Africa, though, showing their experience, just happy to shuffle around, let Ireland have the ball, but won't let them in the circle. Fox. Power spins. Given as a free out because that shot wasn't on target. Saraki makes sure, but it was going to go across goal, so lifted, and it's a free. And Southgate takes a quick one. Really good call from D'Oliveira, but brilliant defence from Laura Graham. How many times have we seen her do that this week? Full tilt, but horizontal and stick flat on the ground. One of the advantages of being diminutive. And Lloyd just looking a bit more comfortable on the ball today, a bit more time for her. She's only had short stints so far, and it can be difficult when you're playing up front. You don't get a lot of ball. Good disguise from Fox there. Body shape showed outside, but she gave the inside. It's a long corner for Ireland. As the closing moments, they're telling her to take it quickly. 4 seconds, they've got to get this in. Ireland, won't be time for Fox to try and get through, so that's the end of the second quarter, in fact half time, and it's South Africa in the lead, 2-1 ahead, courtesy of a beautiful move, really, you have to say, and Modikwe the one who sent it home, but it was every player on the pitch who touched the ball beforehand, and Ireland made to pay for just a slight error. So it's looking South Africa ahead in the series, and today they're 3-1 ahead in the series altogether, and just ahead in this game, but I think Ireland will be happy with where they are. A relatively young team today, and they are giving a good chance to those players. They also played with 6 outfield for the first couple of minutes, and I believe we have another explanation for the under 22s as opposed to under 21s, Brenzy.
Yeah, we find something out every day here, and the reason being was obviously just due to COVID. There were loads of tournaments postponed or unfortunately cancelled, and one of them was the Europeans, so they've been able to keep the group together to go back to another tournament. And I've no doubts as well that the entire management crew, having spoken to Rob Abbott actually this morning, there's a big indoor drive in Ireland, full stop, but there's a big group of that under 22 group that want to take the sport further. They know they got time on their side, and that's nothing against the older players, the more experienced players. It's just the luck of the draw, really, that this boom, this indoor hockey boom in Ireland, is going to definitely play into the hands of the youngsters. This time last week, we were having a tournament here, hosted by Boyne Hockey Club, and to my knowledge, it was an under 16 girls tournament, and it had over 10 teams, and it's just growing and growing all the time here in Ireland. So it's so exciting to see indoor hockey taking off. I think it came in here a good couple of years back with its restart, and it's lovely to see so many players starting to come through the pipeline.
Well, it's the nature of sport when it grows. It's the older players who set the scene, and then they're the ones who have to watch the younger players get all the glory. But that's presumably not why the older players are playing. They're there to try and bring the game on. And I think as a player myself, having played in the early days of indoor, I'm delighted to see the youngsters out there. But I've no regret that I'm not out there with them watching the pace of this game. It's been an electric series, and I suppose a couple of players that you'd say to watch out for going forward from the South African team in particular, a team that you know really well.
Yeah, they've had a really nice program for probably just under 10 or just over 10 years now, and by the term of obviously really nice program, just a really continuous program that's so sustainable. So, you know, whenever a player comes in, they get the time to adapt and see the layout. Every player except for Eloise Walters here has come through a program called Pro Series Indoor, PSI. It's a massive indoor company in South Africa, and yeah, there's just so much background. If I look at the bench at the moment, again, I think almost all of them have come through, every single one of them has come through the PSI ranks. They've got Danny D'Oliveira, Jamie Southgate, Tamlin Cock, been playing against each other since probably the age of 11.
Okay, second half getting underway. Thanks for those thoughts. And just a quick word, thank you to our sponsors, SPAR. Great to have them on board. Without sponsors, we can't have these brilliant tournaments. To show you a good intercept there from Patton, and Lloyd gets onto the ball, pops it back for Patton, but just that tiny lift costing her. Just a moment now to fix the boards. There's something you don't see in outdoor. Time stopped for the sideline to be fixed.
Yeah, sure. Look, there was one time I was in Durban, also watching the SA ladies play a game, and it was torrential rain, and due to the humidity and just this huge gust, there kept on being a little bit of water that kept somehow creeping onto the field, and it was just slip and slide after slip and slide, and a stop after stop trying to dry the court, and it was just to no avail. So something like that, that's a quick fix here. We've fixed it. Gormanson Park's ready to rumble, and South Africa on the ball again.
Van Tack to O'Connor. Lloyd showing some patience here. Kelly also there, just boxing it in, and really brilliant work from O'Connor. Just waited for that one moment where there was a glimmer of space, pulls it onto the foot. Long ball through to Duvall. Back out to Connor. Walters. And that quick little flick is her real skill, but Graham just alive to the danger. Good little body fake, good spin from Power, beautiful work, pass to Patton, who looks to send it goalward, but just over the end line. Ireland pressing high. It's the first time we've seen them be really attacking this week. I think it suits this young crew. O'Connor fakes, shuffles across. A wayward pass, a rare one, and a snapshot from Patton. Long corner. She's a natural goal scorer. Patton plays in defence and outfield, but she's found her calling up front in indoor. She has electric pace in outdoor, and so that might be why they've opted to bring her into the forward line indoor. Spins Lardent, and a lifted pass again. Just can't get that one on target, but showing why she's so valuable in this form of the game.
Yeah, Patton there really showing intelligent play. Kelly just lifting the ball. But at the moment there's those great circle entries for Ireland. They've just got to look to possibly change their attacking idea, their attacking principle when going against O'Connor. She's been a rock. She gets her lines right. They're better served to make a pass and go versus her, whereas one or two of the others possibly a little bit of a run. Lardens picking up a clever one-time pass from Walters Walters, to my knowledge, the oldest player on the field, but watching her fill the space, watching her pre-scan and look for her teammate, she's always aware of every option available. Skip pass there from Laura Graham. Just a back tackle from Benson, adjudged to being a hand in the back or a illegal tackle. First time Ireland have used that skip board play. And great save there by Millie Regan. South Africa using the skip board play back at Ireland, and Duval getting the final pass. Regan coming off her line, and a great save by Regan.
Really good back tackle from Orla Macken. Pulls that one inside. Power now on rushing. Hits the foot of... it's really end-to-end stuff. Orla Macken just forcing it through a little bit there, but finds the tiny gap in the South African defence. Walter's ability to make a quick pass after receiving is quite a feature. Lifted pass there from Power, and a quick free from South Africa. You can really see the strength of the South Africans, how much indoor they play, how much time they can spend squatting down, the way they defend as a unit. Probably don't have the pace necessarily of some of the Irish players, but not necessary when you can get in position and stay low for as long as they can. O'Connor threatening. Walters. O'Connor again. Skip past Lardent. And that's a short corner. Just didn't quite get the hand down there, Kelly, and it pops up off her stick, so an error she won't be pleased with. But it is game 5 of 5 in 1 week for this young Irish group, so there are going to be mistakes just trickling in. Duval over the ball, Lardent on the switch. We saw a switch earlier, but Duval the highest goal scorer of the week so far, so hard to choose who it's going to go to.
Yeah, possibly this time Duval looking for her own shot there, roundhouse flick. And roundhouse flick, Duval chooses, but Regan fully up to it and getting the left kicker in the way. Great stop by Millie Regan. And I think it should be a sideline hit for South Africa. Yes, it is. So 2 great plays there by both individuals. Duval with a brilliant roundhouse flick, and Regan getting her lines all correct. Benson picking up. She's so quick. Just having a slip, unfortunately. Power, the youngster, going again. Into Benson. Captain courageous O'Connor tidies up shop yet again. Ireland giving her the outlet towards her own goal, it looked like it. Oh, Benson just lifting the ball.
Yeah, from 0 to 0 there for Benson. So quick, wins the ball, but then too quick for her own feet, trips over, and then wins the ball back and then flicks it over the base, over the board. But she is such an exciting player. What a pass from Orla Macken, inside drag from Benson, and Patton managing to round that defender. So skillful, the Pembroke player. And again, Benson looking for Macken, just about goes past her. Orla Macken just guilty of getting too close there, a bit too exuberant, trying to win the ball back. And that corner, it was evidence of what you spoke about, where Ireland learning from 5 matches about the corners. Forcing there from Graham. Really good reverse tackle from Duval. Yeah, Duval scored from that roundhouse flick before, so Emma Buckley picking it up. An important touch from Power there, just that little lift, sending it past to Oliveira. Cock to O'Connor. Through to Duval. Great save from Regan. Such good vision, O'Connor. It's a nice ball, but no one there on the end of it.
Yeah, Ireland really have defended compactly and as a unit of 5, but there's one or two little times now where there's a little bit of a crack opening up, and there's one lady you don't on this court wants having a little bit of time and space, and that's Kayla Duvall in the circle. Great turn there by Macken. Clever customer. Ireland just moving into their shape again. Ola Macken just a little bit hasty again. Possibly, she keeps getting her angles right, but then looks to be going after it pretty quickly. South Africa bowling again. Here goes a high run from South Africa. And great interception by, looks to be Fox.
Clever idea from Benson. Just doesn't get enough of the ball on the board there for her to chase it, but a good idea. And Fox so good with those fakes. Good interception. To Oliveira. To Benson just leaving the inside, but O'Connor spinning. And again, that little inside drag onto the foot. How many times have we seen her do it? Benson just doesn't seem to be able to pick up when it's a free against her tonight. It's a few times now that she's thought it's her free. And it is in fact her free. Well, Patton.
So just there to the viewer at home, you might be a little bit uncertain about that decision. So umpire Tanya Schaefer there deeming that dangerous, regardless of the fact that it hit the foot. And again, that rule in indoor obviously stating that if the defender is within 3 meters roughly, that regardless of whether it hits her in the foot or in the face, unfortunately that could be deemed dangerous. Obviously very tough to sell though when it does hit someone in the foot. So whereas when it hits the person in the stick, it's a bit easier to judge that was dangerous. Anyway, we move on with the time. South Africa back on the ball. Johnson picking the ball up. And there, umpire Kavanagh saying that the ball lifted but not within any player of Ireland to influence it. South Africa playing on, Johnson playing on. Johnson looking, finding Tamlin Cock. And Tamlin Cock with a clever finish. Millie Regan doing all she could. She got her lines out. She came off her line, and Cock just protecting the ball. So end of the third buzzer, end of the third quarter, 3-1 to South Africa. Ireland still got lots in the tank though, ready to go.
Yeah, a bit of a killer blow there. A number of times South Africa have done that. They've scored in the last minute. Perhaps just showing their experience, able to score in the latter minutes in the first game. In fact, second quarter they scored in 9 minutes 40, and third quarter 9 minutes 30. That's 9 minute 30 again for them. So South Africa 3-1 ahead, but lots to build on for Ireland. A couple of things they can work on, I guess, is just that patience in the tackle that we've seen from South Africa, possibly showing their experience in indoor. You can't push through on the tackle, unfortunately. You have to wait for the player to come through to you. Once there's a bit of a push, once there's a bit of a swing of the stick, the refs will give it to the attacker. But lovely skills being shown by the likes of Power and Macken and Patton in particular. And Ireland are once again going to go with 6 outfielders. It's going to be Lloyd, Power and Patton who will be tasked with scoring this goal. And South Africa, they'll be looking to score a goal of their own.
And Ireland back to 6, both goalkeepers off. So they're looking to play and keep the ball just a little bit longer than the first time they did it, keeping 2 players high and utilising one player overload just when the right time matters. This isn't necessarily that time just yet. South Africa deep in defence. Kimber recycling. Now we've got Fox passing to Graham. Graham, the jet setter in the team apparently. High ball to Lloyd. Nothing doing. So recycles again into Patton. Pat's had a great game tonight. She's been industrious. Just a lifted ball there, I believe, from Lily Lloyd. And I'd love to see the press here now. Playing into space there for Koch. Great defending there by Kimber. I'm sure they're putting full pressure straight away. And how can Ireland just find their one change of speed? Trying to just get one player into a little pocket unopposed to create a little 2v1. Lily Lloyd sitting there in that high right corner right now, that as we would see it on the TV. There she is on the ball. Probably didn't want that off the board though. Wants to have that first time shot, stick to stick. Patton keeping the ball. Here goes Laura Graham yet again. Into Kimber. Southgate though reading the pass, winning the interception. And Lenny Boertzer, the coach of South Africa, animated, not happy with that decision. I think Southgate was looking for the penalty corner there. Nothing like a penalty corner against no goalkeeper, but nothing coming into Lloyd. And that's a bit better. Second time shot, cross goal, just getting the angle off. A little bit incorrectly, but much better.
Yeah, that's probably what they've been missing, that quick release and good ball into power. Spins. Yeah, too much strength there from O'Connor. Just a little bit too much in the back, so it's going to be a corner. Ireland have a chance to get one back, 3-1 down at the moment. So a lot more options. They might go with two back, in fact, to make sure they're good in defence. Now they're going to have two options off the top. A slip left and right, and it's Patton on the flick. Patton it is. Good save from Swanepoel in goal.
And a bully being given here. It's interesting, this series has been loads of bullies, and one would almost say now, with the amount of bullies we're seeing, is it worth training a bully as well? And you alluded to it earlier, just in terms of maybe one or two of the dark arts of how to win a bully. Possibly getting your body in the way, maybe hitting the stick a little bit harder than the opponent hits your stick, who knows? But Ireland keeping the 6 here, and O'Connor under pressure.
Really good from South Africa. 3 players descending upon Patton to make sure she didn't get a shot off. I'm pretty sure, Brinsley, that South Africa have trained their bullies. They won almost every single one at the beginning. Ireland only figuring it out, probably game 3. Modikwe, in particular, from memory, was very good at winning them. And I think a couple of times they've not actually touched sticks, so a couple of different tactics there from South Africa. Brilliant interception from Koch and good spin, and she puts it back into danger. She probably could have gone forward there. A good win from Power. Goes out. Patton across to Kimber, drives, gets a shot off, but straight at Southgate, so too close to the defender to shoot. I think if she had just dummied and gone around, it would have been a better option, but easy to save from up here.
High ball from Southgate to Duval. Duval receives, and Graham with the last ditch tackle gives away the stroke though. Penalty stroke for South Africa. And unfortunately, I suppose there's just the negative about playing with 6, is that if you can get your lines correct as the attacking team, as Southgate did there to long-time teammate Duval just gets an empty net.
Well, I think that Captain Orla Fox is arguing with the with the refs here about South Africa's substitution technique. They tend to be on the pitch before their opposition number is off, and that's in fact what happened there. Duval sprinting on, saw an opening, but the player she was subbing on for was not off the court, so it's fair enough. They subbed the keeper on though. Emma Buckley and against Duval. Sends it wide. Disappointment for Duval, an opportunity to keep adding to her tally, and Ireland now back to 6 outfield. Mackinnon to Patton to Graham, but again now there's the gamesmanship, isn't it? It's up to the refs to call it, so if you can get away with it, why not?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what elite sport's all about, is just trying to find that edge of the rules. Richie McCaw, years and years and years, used to know that line. High pressure again from Ireland, using their extra player. Southgate giving away that's a 16 for South Africa. Just a little bit of a hand in the back there from Lloyd apparently. Ola Mackin getting the ball. And sometimes not the worst tactic here. Oh, okay, I was going a bit bold. I was about to say a little bit of an inaccurate pass. Pull the South African press and have more space to attack into.
Yeah, that's very generous. I'm not sure that was what Mackin wanted. It would have been a good outcome, but in fact they've lost the ball. Skittering off the board. Modakwe doesn't quite manage to get to the ball. So good at leading back for it, but the ball coming at too much pace. Benson now on for Patton. She's going to try and go all the way around the outside. Pops it in the middle. But O'Connor now, she's ranging forward. Sees an opportunity for a goal. Walters out to Southgate. Ireland on the hunt. Benson now with Graham. And again stuck in the right hand corner. Walters takes over. O'Connor and Southgate behind her, and Benson wins it back. It opts to go around the outside where all of the South African defence were, so possibly not her greatest decision. Great disguise pass. O'Connor and Duval seem to have some kind of incredible understanding. O'Connor finding Duval so often in this series, pulls it back and finds the Ireland foot.
Just the chat here, and it's a tough one because I think from what I've heard, there's been great camaraderie between the teams, both on and off the field, and obviously something like this now, being absolute competitive animals that they all are, they want to score the goal here, but possibly just worried about safety. Not sure. Into Duval, and what a run out. Amy Benson, the pocket rocket. She is quick and she gets a stick onto it and keeps the tie just 2 goals apart. O'Connor just taking the wrong red line over there. Madikwe on the ball now. And easy does it into the back of the net, unopposed. 4-1 South Africa.
Yeah, just showing how he, just kind of saying to the rest of her team, this is how you do it. Showing with ease, just receives in the circle, little flick over the stick. But yeah, that actually is a feature of this week as well. People taking the ball from the wrong spot. South Africa have tended to use the darker red line as their long corner line. In fact, it's the centre line. Graham. Skip pass to Kelly, who almost surprises Swanepoel. Graham. Oh dear, Kelly just could not control it. Really close stuff. Lily Lloyd looking to... Good drive there from Ireland. And I think it was the first one was the corner and the second one was forcing, so the right decision made in the end. It can be so difficult when you're that close as a referee for the thoughts to happen and the whistle to be blown. As I always say when I'm reffing, it takes time for the whistle to make its way to my mouth, so give me a chance. And Tanya Schaefer making the right decision there, I think, in the end. But you can see why O'Connor was disappointed.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than defending and getting all your lines right, getting your disciplines right, being low and then having it shoveled into you. But as you've correctly said, I think the decision is on the previous infringement. Graham out to Kelly, and a brilliant save by looked to be Swanepoel. Duval behind her, but Swanepoel at full reach on the right foot and saved it there. Back to a long corner for Ireland.
Yeah, I think in fact Kelly hadn't actually brought the ball into the circle, so it wouldn't have been a goal, you'd imagine. Madikwe, so smart. Good disguise from O'Connor. Madikwe probably the wiliest customer for me in this South African team. Such a good receive, so athletic. Good defence from Graham. Duval looks to rob it. Just gets a little bit impatient. That's exactly what the defender wants there, so she's fallen into the trap. Ireland playing a huge amount of the game here with no goalkeeper. So playing 2-2-2.
And so this is what Abbott had mentioned. Possibly he was going to look to do it a little bit later in the game here, but I think every single player from Ireland at the moment is part of that under-22 panel. Madikwe, though, carrying strongly, firmly. Great baseline defense. And a penalty corner given against Power, and from the looks of Power's face at the beginning, not happy about that. And that's just really unfortunate. I think Power done everything right there. But penalty corner given. Lardent not giving away anything. And possibly danger. Power might be able to tell us later if she thought it was dangerous or not. But South Africa, yeah.
I'm just going to ask you a question. You may maybe answer after the corner is taken. We'll see what happens now. O'Connor opts to give herself a chance. It's run down by Kelly and a free out because the ball was raised into her. She was too close. But that one there, was she penalised Power because the stick wasn't on the ground? It was just slightly off.
Yeah, I think that's what was intimated. But looking at it, it looked like Power had said that she got her stick on the ground. But anyway, South Africa didn't score the goal. A highly entertaining fifth game in the series. Great speed there in that third and fourth quarter. And South Africa coming away with a 4-1 victory over Ireland. South Africa, a couple of trademark goals tonight from the slip flick and from Duval and Madikwe, and Ireland showing a lot more patience, a lot more use of that extra player. They played with 6 for large portions tonight. Your analysis of the game, Isabel?
I think it's a really good learning experience for Rob Abbott. He decided the series was gone, so put his team in uncomfortable positions, have them play with 6 outfield players. I think South Africa grew into the series. They were apparently very surprised by the size of the court the first game, so it took them some time to get used to that, but they got better game to game, and I think probably player of the series for me, probably O'Connor. Duval, up and coming star for South Africa, and then Ireland, so many good performances. Chloe Brown, brilliant in those first 3 games, but Michaela Power, a really exciting talent for me. And actually Orla Macken, if she can just control a little bit of that fieriness, she's an exciting talent. Hasn't been in the game long, so lots to look forward to when we see these teams come up against each other next, or indeed in any international competition. I'd like to thank again our sponsors, SPAR, for the SPAR Indoor Hockey Series. It's been South Africa since the second match. They've won 4-1 in a really exciting series. So that just about wraps things up. So thanks for watching. We hope to see you next time. I'm Isabel Joyce. I've been delighted to be joined by Brinsley Powell. And for now, until next time, it's good evening and good night.